Hello everyone, my name is Indestructible and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And in this video, guys, it is not clickbait. I'm actually going all in on Bitcoin. And watch this video till the end because this is me being absolutely honest with what I'm doing right now. And this is not about, me going all in on a trade or something. That's not about this. It's about me literally putting everything on the line. Everything that I own, everything that I have. Because previously I told you that, I have millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin, but I never put in more than half of my net worth into crypto. So half of it is in cars, is maybe watches, maybe cash, which I hate at this point, but, just to be safe. But with everything I'm observing recently, and you've been part of this channel for a long time, for years, we've been talking about finances, about money, and what is a better place? If you hear any cracking, then this is because of the beautiful fireplace right here. So you've been following me for a while, and if you have, thank you very much. Very much appreciated. Every like, every subscribe, every comment, everything is very much appreciated, and we're one of the fastest growing crypto channels out there. And again, if you want to see all of my trades, all of my moves, laying down description of this video to my community. So all the shills are out of the way for this video because it's a serious video. And in my opinion, what is coming in the world is far beyond our comprehension, and it is far beyond that anyone is expecting. With the BRICS nation, with China, with the dollarization, with huge inflation, with the inflation, we're waiting for PCE numbers right now for tomorrow that they're gonna come out. But to be honest, do we really believe these numbers? And the answer is no. So today I officially am increasing the threshold of my investment into cryptocurrencies, and in particular Bitcoin, because my biggest holding is Bitcoin and Ethereum. Some altcoins here and there, but my major holdings, the biggest is Bitcoin, second biggest is Ethereum. So, and I'm increasing my threshold of being in crypto from 50% of my total net worth to 85 to 90%. And just to prove the point that right now, we've posted even my Porsche, my GT3 RS for sale. So here it is. You can actually find it on Dubizzle, and if you're interested in a GT3 RS Weissach package, then it is actually available for sale. And if it gets sold soon, then this money is going to be going to Bitcoin. I'm going to tell you about my price targets, where I'm going to be going and putting a lot of money into Bitcoin shortly in this video, so stick around. Because I'm not just putting everything in at one price right now at 27,000 we're standing at. What I want to share in this video is the reasons why I'm doing this. Because, I was sitting there and I was considering that, okay, maybe it's a bad idea because there's still a chance that we don't know who is behind Bitcoin, some Satoshi. What if it all turns out to be Russians or, some US government agency or something, or one of the Koreas, the upper one, and then there is a chance that it could all crumble down. But the more I analyze things, the macro events, and a lot of the stuff that I was actually sharing with you guys on this YouTube channel, I start to understand that the chances of Bitcoin going down at this point, it being so far into being accepted and being an asset in general, I don't think it's going to happen. I leave 1% chance for Bitcoin to go to zero for whatever reason. And as a lot of people have said, a lot of smart people have said, either Bitcoin is going to go to zero, which once again is a chance of 1% maybe, or it's going to 1 million. And far beyond 1 million, even though for a lot of you it might seem like, it seemed to me like, how can it go to 1 million? But when you start to really analyze it, you start to analyze why it can actually go far beyond. I'm not saying it's going to happen in this cycle. Potentially it might take 2 or 3 cycles to get to 1 million. But if you think about this right now, let's analyze this together. What else is there? Okay, for example, you have $1 million. For example, right now I have a few $1 million left in dollars that I can deploy in Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. Where else would I put this money? Would I put it into bonds to earn what, a few percent? That is gonna real yield of bonds is negative. So you actually lose money when you put money into bonds because of what? Right, inflation. So it's grinding away on your capital, inflation, 7 to 10% a year on average. This is crazy. So by holding dollars for 10, 20, whatever years, you've lost almost all of the buying power of the money. So it's not even worth that as much as it was. So no. Then the question is, currencies? That's the stupidest idea ever. Like, I mean, the erosion of your capital, people think, oh, I have $1 million. Well, a year later, you theoretically have 900,000 and etc., etc. So then maybe gold. Not really, because gold, if you look at the performance of gold adjusted for inflation, you're not making any money. Property, real estate, well, kinda, okay, this is a bit better, but real estate, it can be damaged. It can be, there is a lot of counterparty risk. The situation in the city can change. Some idiot can damage it. Maybe there is flood, and maybe it depreciates. You need to fix it. You need to pay taxes. It is a pain in the butt. I owned a tiny bit of real estate previously in my life, and it wasn't fun. I kind of was supposedly making 12% a year, but then real yield was about 3%, honestly. So that's just stupid. Even though it's better, but it's still stupid. Then what, stocks? I don't hold any stocks right now. In my opinion, stocks, or if you're doing stock picking, it's very difficult, very complicated. So if you're investing into indexes, well, the real yield of S&P 500, even if on average it returns 7 to 14%, whatever, in reality, the real yield of S&P 500 is 0, adjusted for inflation. So you're not making anything. Maybe you're preserving your capital, but you're not making anything. The only real hard asset that has been performing well and is set out to perform much better than anything else is Bitcoin. And at this point, 14, 15, almost 15 years into the existence of this asset, it is the biggest computing network. It's backed by the craziest computing network that to stop it, to even slow it down, you need the power of approximately 12 nuclear power plants times 1,000 or 2,000. It's just mind-boggling how much power it would require to slow it down. So it is incorruptible, it's indestructible, it's unchangeable. So you cannot just go out and change the code and suddenly print more than 21 million Bitcoin. It is absolutely sound in terms of the monetary system itself. It is far superior to anything we've ever had. And there is no counterparty risk. And it is something that has been built to last for more than 1,000 years. That's why I think it's better than real estate, because real estate can degrade and there is no building that is going to last 1,000 years. Bitcoin will. And then also the inflationary model. And there's, I mean, I could go on and on and on. So the only thing I was worried about is like who is behind it. But at this point, that's why I leave that 1% risk. So we've already established that Bitcoin is better than bonds, really currencies, stocks, indices, gold, real estate. It has no product risk, no inflation risk, no counterparty risk, no war risk, no bullshit risk. Then what it's like, in my opinion, right now, putting money into Bitcoin, a lot of people are saying, oh, Thomas, you know, it's so late. It's already such a huge market. It's not. I think that right now investing into, you know, in 18th century, New York was already one of the best northern cities in the northern, one of the best cities in Northern America. But still buying property in New York in the 18th century would have been a good decision. Same thing went for 19th century, 20th century, and still till this day. So the time makes the asset actually even better. So this is something that a lot of people don't actually understand when it comes to Bitcoin and what kind of power it actually has. And what kind of a incredible supply and demand imbalance is actually coming. Remember that we actually reached almost $1 trillion market, pretty much $1 trillion market cap by doing what? By simply having retailers and a few companies degen into it. Remember what is happening now? That BlackRock is coming in, Vanguard, Fidelity, incredible capital, sovereign wealth funds. Once the ETF is there and Grayscale just won against SEC, the ETF is coming. Even if they're gonna wait until January, the last call, and then they maybe decline it, then they will get sued, then they will lose again, just like we've seen right now with Grayscale lawsuits. So ETF is coming. BlackRock is in it for a good reason. And there is only 20 million Bitcoin. In my opinion, people are gonna be actually fighting for one Bitcoin. There's gonna be a huge deficit on exchanges. There is already right now, only 5.8% of all Bitcoin is traded on exchanges. It's a very low number. So once the actual supply shock comes in, the deficit comes in from the halving, and then that's when people are going to be holding onto Bitcoin for longer because they believe in it more, and there's going to be more demand from this, plus from institutionals. Guys, I would not be surprised to see Bitcoin going to 300,000 in this cycle, maybe higher, maybe a bit lower. Next cycle, possibly even 1 million. So considering this, do I really want a GT3 RS? Maybe I will even sell my Maybach. Maybe I'll even sell my watch collection. And certainly millions of dollars that I have in USDT and USDC, BUSD, is going to be going into Bitcoin. Now let's get to the price targets. I just explained why. It's just a few broad, generic reasons why Bitcoin is the best asset out there. If you don't believe me, do your own research. Read the bloody white paper. You will be surprised. Now, when it comes to the price targets, as to where, because right now, considering everything that has happened in the market, Bitcoin is still at what, 27,000? So that's still above previous all-time high, and people are saying it's going down. Why is it going down if it's such a great asset? Open your bloody eyes. So for me, anyway, I'm going to be putting in, I did put in a bit already at 27K. So once we go down to 25, I'm buying Bitcoin. It goes down to 22.5, I'm buying Bitcoin. It goes to 20, I'm buying a lot of Bitcoin. It goes anywhere lower, I might even go like 95% into Bitcoin and Ethereum, honestly, because there is no other option. This colonial monetary system, honestly, is finished. It's done. US might fight it. Of course, they're not going to give up on their dollar dollar being the reserve currency. They might not accept Bitcoin as the replacement, obviously. I'm not saying that this is what's going to happen, but this is not what's required for it to reach $1 million. People will soon realize that gold is outdated and that Bitcoin has much more superiority even over gold and silver. So anyway, let me know down in the comments if I should do a broader video with actual deep reasons, like mechanical, physical, mathematical reasons that serve as physical proof, undeniable proof that Bitcoin really is the best asset out there, and we're still very early. So I urge you, the message of this video, I want to educate you, and I want to urge you that this is an asymmetrical bet. 99% chance we're going much higher than people even anticipate, even maybe I anticipate with institutional-led adoption. So I know it's hard, but accumulate at least one Bitcoin, accumulate at least 0.1 Bitcoin something. I think that Bitcoin has the power of literally changing lives and changing even countries and changing the world. So this is my message to you. This is what I'm honestly doing. If Bitcoin goes to zero, I'm going to lose millions and millions and millions of dollars, which is going to be painful, but I'm ready to take this risk. What you do, no financial advice, you decide. And guys, check out this first vlog of our journey from New York to Alaska and me actually trading Bitcoin and paying for hotels and all the stays and expenses of the journey using Bitcoin profits. Check it out, it's insane. And as always, peace and love. Thomas Krallo, stay smart. I wish you to stay very rich, and Bitcoin can help you. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.